How's everybody doing?
That worked great, just you putting the link there.
I tried. I just bumped it. I just bumped it to the top of the page too, so everybody could see
It's
it.
perfect.
But the thing of it is that I use the same link for every class.
Right,
It's my personal ID in Zoom.
right. Which we didn't know that.
No, I know, and I probably should have just explained that before. And I thought about it today, and I had gotten more than one person telling me that they couldn't find it.
Right,
I thought I'll just give them the link, and you just use the same one every
right.
time. So you can
Wonderful.
save it somewhere.
That was
And you'll be
great.
good. Hi, Ronnie.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Lori.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
That's good. Everybody got your Christmas tree up?
Not yet.
No, Joyce, you said you put your tree up today.
Yeah, but it's not decorated.
I know mine's not done either. I do mine in stages. I put mine together, and then I put the lights on.
That's what I have to do
I just
too.
put my, I have gold beads that I put on. I did that today, and then the ornaments and everything else will go on. So I
Right,
have a
that's
lot of
right.
stuff that I put up. I put a lot of stuff up, so I kind of do it in stages.
Right.
It takes me a while. I just took down the last of my fall decorations. I had a lot of that stuff up too. So,
Right.
and don't even ask me about my Christmas shopping because I think I bought 2 things so far. So I don't know when I'm going to have time to do everything. Hey, Deborah got on. Hey, Deborah. You there? Can you hear me? I see Deborah there. Maybe she can't. Maybe she's muted. And there's my girl Susan Sullivan. Hi, honey.
Hey dear, how are you?
How are you?
I'm well. How about you?
I'm good.
Good, I'm glad.
Did you have a good weekend?
It's been all right. How about you?
Good. Are you going to be able to stay awake tonight?
I don't know.
I should start. I know, but you're like me, though, and I'm totally teasing you. I should probably start having classes a little earlier. I'm pretty awake. I just had some coffee, so.
Good for you. I just had dinner, so.
Oh, did you? I try to get dinner out of the way early on class nights. I tell my kids, we need to eat by 6 o'clock at the latest because I need to get everything. I have to test my camera and, get everything set up and figure out what I'm going to do. And I think because this class is probably going to be kind of short because we're not really going to be making anything. And what I mean by that is we're not going to be like attaching mesh or burlap, and we're just sort of putting things on our swag. It's going to be a pretty short class, but I thought what I would do, I was going to get my Pro Bow out and make my bow with that for the swag, but I know not everybody has a Pro Bow. Does anybody here have a Pro Bow, the bow maker yet, or no?
I just ordered one
You just ordered one? Who was that?
last week. Oh, the Pro Bowl.
You just ordered one? Because I want to start using my Pro Bow in class. And even if you don't have one, it's nice to watch and see how it works. But yeah, hi Sherry. I know I need a little bit more practice with mine, and I'm not going to be embarrassed to say that I cannot make bows. I'm not very good at making hand-tied bows, but I did find a method to make a bow that's actually pretty easy. And where's the bow that I made before? I want to find it. And you don't need to tie anything. You don't need to hurt your hands. And I'm just trying to fix this one that I made. And I should post, I think I posted the video in the group before, but I'm going to show you how to make the bow using this method. I actually made this bow. It's kind of squished.
That's pretty.
This is Dollar Tree ribbon, believe it or not.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And like I said, it's kind of squished right now because it was sitting under my thing, under one of my piles, my many piles I have in my craft room here. I was just sort of trying to organize it a little earlier today. But all this really is, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to get it so it's straight here. All this really is just a series of loops. You make a bunch of loops and you sort of staple them. You staple your loops to make your loop, and then you wire them all together. So, and it, it's a cute little bow. If you're not really good at making bows, which I'm not, hand-tied bows, so I think I'm going to show you guys how to do this, and we're going to do this for the top of our swag.
Christina,
Yeah.
I have a pro bow, and I've made, I think, maybe 4 bows on it. It scares the dickens out of me. I don't like it. I mean, it's just because I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, and I think that it takes a lot of practice. I think the biggest complaint that people have with it is that it's hard to get your wire tight enough, because you need to make sure that your wire is tight around all of your loops, because when you pull it off and then you're trying to fluff it, you really have to pull at it. And sometimes if your wire's not tight enough, your loops can come out. So my burlap wreath, my white burlap wreath, I made that one with my pro bow. But someone else told me that when they get done with their bow and they pull it off, they take a zip tie and they tie it around the center and pull that tight, and that helps it to stay tight too. So when you're pulling,
good idea.
Yeah, so when you're pulling at it, it's a little bit easier. So, but this way that I make this bow is really kind of neat. It's funny because I was taking out my old Christmas wreaths today that I made when my kids were little. Believe it or not, my kids are in their 20s. I used to make balsam wreaths all the time when my kids were little, and they all had a hand-tied bow. And I'm looking at the one today, and I said to my daughters, I said, why can't I make a bow now? I used to be able to make them. Why can't I? I don't know. Okay, so who do we have here? We've got Sherry Cannon, Deborah Gilbert, Lori Eddy, Ronnie Miller. We've got Joyce. Hi, Beverly. Beverly hasn't been here in a while. Hi, honey. How are you? You don't have to answer. She's muted. How you doing?
Good.
You look like you're ready to fall asleep.
I am. I'm tired.
That's okay. I was just telling Susan maybe we should have our classes a little earlier. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to actually, you know what I need to do first? I'm going to disappear for a second. I forgot to plug my charger in to my other outlet. So give me 1 second. I think there was one thing I forgot. I need to be able to plug this in over here so I can charge my laptop during class. Because I think that's what happened in that one class. I don't remember what class it was. I think it might have been the witch hat tree. My battery died. My laptop went off right in the middle of class, so that wasn't fun. So I need to make sure it's plugged in so I don't lose power. Here's my swag. One thing I noticed about this swag that I got from Craft Outlet is, let me make this a little bit bigger here. I'm going to mute everybody right now. You guys can unmute yourself if you have a question. You know that. One thing I noticed about this swag that I got from Craft Outlet is that it's got very long pieces on it, or branches. I don't think that's going to be an issue, but I kind of thought that they were going to be a little bit tighter. Like, you know, when you have a regular balsam wreath, I don't think I have one in here, but the branches are really short. I kind of thought that's what this was going to be, and I don't think it's going to be an issue, but you can kind of see how long, they are. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. This is really a long swag. I think this is 30 inches, 36 inches maybe, I don't remember. But it's very full. I can't even get the whole thing on the camera here. I'll have to back up a little bit. You can see it. But it's long. It's a nice size swag. But when I first took it out of the box and I'm trying to arrange it and fluff it a little bit, I just thought the branches were going to be shorter, but it's still pretty. I like it. But what we're going to do first is I'm going to move it out of the way because want to show you how to make that bow because we're going to do the bow first. 1 second for me. I was going to cut my ribbon ahead of time, but I thought I'll just show you guys how I do that bow. If you're good at hand-tied bows, then I'm jealous. I want to know how to do it. There are a lot of videos on YouTube how to do hand-tied bows too. So these are the ribbons that I'm going to use. I'm going to use 2 different kinds of ribbons for the top of my bow, or for the top of my swag. That's my Pretty Sam's Club ribbon that I got. And I'm just going to use a plain red one too. And these are just smaller rolls of some red that I have. Actually, do I want the sparkly ones or do I want the... These are a little less sparkly, but I think they're sheer. These are just these are both 2.5-inch wide ribbons. So you're going to need a stapler. If you have a little, just like a little stapler, doesn't have to be anything fancy. Let me get my scissors. You can make this out of one type of ribbon if you want, or you can use 2 different types. You can use 3 different types. It doesn't really matter. Okay. I haven't even opened up this ribbon yet from Sam's. I don't have a Sam's Club near me, but somebody was nice enough to purchase some for me. They sent me a few rolls. All right, so what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to cut your loops or your circles. I don't think I have 20 inches. I need to get a bigger board here. This is 18 inches. Turn it this way. You're going to want to cut 20-inch strips. Okay, this is 17 right here. So let me just go up another 3 to make 20. And you can cut as many loops as you want. I think I'm going to do 3 of the candy cane stripe, and then I'm going to do 3 of the red. Actually, I think I did a little bit too much, but that's, I think I'm going to do 21, but 20 or 21 is good. You can make them smaller if you don't want your loops to be that big. I think it's time for me to invest in a bigger cutting mat. I'm just sort of guesstimating here. So I'm going to do 3 of these. This is actually kind of a sheer too. That's okay. I think I'm still going to use it. I was looking for solid red, but I didn't have any solid red. I thought for sure I did. Actually, this might be 1.5. Yeah, this is 1.5. So this is 1.5 inch, and this is 2.5. But that's okay. Sometimes it's nice to have the 2 different widths. This is a very glittery one. Okay. So what you're going to do is just going to make a series of loops. So make sure that you have enough folded over on the edge. You can't really see that, but it's maybe like 1 inch or so. You can staple it together. The reason why you want to make sure that you have enough folded over is not, or overlapping is not only because so you can staple it, but because that's where you're going to pinch it together. If you don't have enough folded over or overlapping, it's going to come out when you're pinching it. This is good for people too who, have issues with their hands, and don't like all that twisting. And the Pro Bow is awesome, but again, I'm not really ready to show you that yet because I'm still practicing with mine. Okay, you can use a pipe cleaner to put them together, or you can use floral wire. I'm going to use some floral wire. You're just going to start pinching. Make sure that that's in the middle, the part that you staple together. You want to make sure that's the middle by folding it over. You can do that. So your loops are the same size. So just pinch it together. Now, if you want to maybe lay something down on it while you're picking up the other one to pinch it, if that's going to be uncomfortable for you, you can do that. I'm going to do one of these, and then I'm going to get one of the red ones to do next. You're just going to cross them over like that. And you're just going to keep, don't worry so much if you can't hold them pinched together while you're getting the other one, because you're going to wrap the wire around it anyway. I'm going to get another one of these. Find my folded part. Pinch it. Go the other way. If you feel more comfortable now, because it's hard for you to pinch all these together at once, you can go ahead and attach your wire and then add the rest of your loops. Don't worry too much about fixing it now. You can fix it after. And then you can go ahead and add the rest of your loops. Do another one of these. And we're going to add tails to this after too. Which one goes next here? I don't think it really matters what order we go in because they're all going to be wired together, and then we can pull the loops in any direction that we want to pull them in. And just take this and attach it to the bottom. You don't even have to open it back up again because I have enough wire here. Just try to get it as tight as you can. I find sometimes just pulling up on my loops like that and then twisting it. You can either do it in your hand, or if any of you have a fluff box, which I think I'm going to grab. Hold on one second. Here's my fluff box. This thing weighs so much. This is a fluff box. If any of you have a Pro Bow of the hand and you got one of these, you can make this out of just a piece of wood, but it does help hold your bow while you pull at it. And there's just a hook up here and there's a nail down here. So, well, look how pretty that is. Just this little series of loops that I made, but we're not done with it yet though. I just wanted to kind of fluff it a little bit first. Because we're going to add some tails too. Now see how big these loops are? You can make these smaller just by making your loops smaller, your circles. The nail just kind of holds it in place while you pull at it. And I could actually have even just attached it to the swag and fluffed it as well. You could do that as well. And all that is just a bunch of loops, just stapled together. Of course, I aim for perfection, but you get the idea. This loop may be a little bit too big, but I'm not going to be too overly concerned about that right now. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just pull it back off when you're done fluffing it. But I'm going to add some tails to that too. And actually what I think I'm going to do first is you can add another smaller loop in the middle. Let me show you what I mean by that. Just pick whatever pattern you want. Let me see what I want to do. Maybe I'll do I think I'll do another red. Do I want a red or? No, I'm going to do a candy cane. This one's going to be a small one. I would say maybe cut it like 7 inches or so. This is just a little tiny loop to put in the middle. And that'll just go right in the middle like that. If you want to add one, if you want to add a little loop to the middle, you can. I'm going to get another piece of wire because I need another piece of wire to tie that on. You go right through the middle with your wire. I saw Rhonda from Rhonda's Creative Corner making a bow today, and she used, instead of floral wire with her bow maker, with the Pro Bow the hand, she used a pipe cleaner. And I thought, you know what, I think I might start doing that. But I'm not going to play with this too much right now. I'm going to wait until I get it on my swag, and then I'll form it and mess with it. That's how it looks so far. Okay, and you're going to want to add some tails. These can be a bit longer. Oh, do like maybe 24 inches. Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down my swag with this ribbon too. I'm going to just feed this ribbon all the way down my swag as well. This sure is glittery. Okay. I don't know how I managed to get those the exact same size. And I really was kind of eyeballing it. And they're like the exact same length. That's, wow. I don't know how I did that. Just pinch it together in the middle. Go back to your wire again. And tie them in. And then you have your tails. Easy peasy. You don't have to make them that long. You don't even have to add tails at all. Now I'm going to put this on my swag, and then I'm going to mess with it a little bit and adjust it. But we'll get our bow on first, and then we'll do the rest. Somebody's asking a question. Let's see here. Hold on. Thank you, Shannon, or Sherry. Sherry says, I really like this technique, Christina. I haven't seen it before, and it looks like something I can do. Thanks. It's so easy. And there's a video, too, Sherry, where I found it. There is a video, and I can post it in the group. The video I saw, the girl had burlap. She was making a burlap bow. So all you're going to do is just take this to the very top of your swag, and just twist it on. I'm just going right around this hook on the top here. I thought I had 2 wires. Where'd the other one go? And then you can mess with it a little bit. I don't like when 2 ribbons are together that are the same. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but we'll fix that. That's why wired ribbon is the best, because you can shape it any way you want. There we go. No twisting. Just a bunch of loops stapled together. Let me hold that up for a second, see how that looks. I think that looks... Look at that bow. Isn't that gorgeous?
That's lovely.
You like that, my dear?
Yes, I do. And it looked easy as opposed to
Yes.
another way.
Very, very easy.
Yeah.
I've tried the hand-tied bows, and I watch the people that do them, and they, you know, they make it look so easy. It's just, can't do it. I remember the very first class I took, the very first wreath class that I took, I tried to do a hand-tied bow, and I ended up throwing it across the room, and I didn't even put a bow on my wreath. So, I think what I'm going to do, I wanted to try to feed these through. So this is why I'm a little upset that these are so long. I don't really like that these are so long, this greenery here. But you know what? Let me look at this for a second here. I was going to try to feed my ribbon around the balsam, just so it's sort of like intertwined. 1 second here. It's just easier for me if I hold it up. Because this is really what you're going to be using to you know what? I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Like I said, you don't even have to have the tails. I'm sorry, I'm just looking here. I folded this long piece behind because I didn't like that long piece that was in it. That's why it's kind of sitting there. Like I said, that's why I was kind of hoping that my branches weren't so long, because I wanted to try to wind my ribbon around them, but they're kind of long. I'm thinking maybe I want to cut my tails down a little bit. Let me see. That's too much for my tails, but no, I think I'll keep them the way they are. Okay, so that part's done. We have our bow. You don't have to do your bow like that. You don't have to put tails on it. So now I need to plug my glue gun in, because now we get to add the rest of our fun stuff. And I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of little ornaments and things. You can add ornaments. You can add more ribbon. Let's see what I have here. I think I'm going to add some of these too. I have a bunch of these left over from my candy cane wreath. And I just think they're so cute. So really what you're going to want to do, again, this is such an easy project. You're just going to want to start gluing things. You're just gluing things and adding picks. And I don't really know if I'm going to add any more ribbon, because I kind of have a lot of ribbon on the top. So you can certainly feel free to add more ribbon if you want. Just looking in my bag here to see what else I have to add. I have these fun little red pine cones that I got. These are all from other projects too, just from other things that I had left over. You can add pretty little picks, which are nice because they already come all together. You're just going to want to kind of see what you want to do, and what works and what doesn't work. And I always find it's good to, see, I don't think I'm going to use those because those have gold in them, and that might not match. These have gold, so we're not going to use those. Okay. Stepping all over my little pieces of ribbon here. But I do like these ornaments. So I think I'm going to add a few of these. I'm trying to find a glue stick here. So you might want to just start placing things first to see where you want them. Before you start gluing. I just don't like these long branches on this thing. It helps for me to hold it up and look at it. It's kind of hard to see when it's laying down. Again, if you wanted to add extra ribbon streamers down here, I don't know how long I would cut them. Let me find some ribbon here and we'll see. I actually have these extra strips here of this 1.5 inch that I got before. You don't even have to you can even make little loops. Like if you wanted to, let me show you. You can just take your piece of ribbon, and I think this is, let me see how long this is. This is 15 inches, this piece of ribbon. You could even take it and dovetail the ends, fold it in half, and instead of adding it like you normally do by pinching it and then placing it like that, you could just fold it in half like that, pinch it, so you have a loop on one end and you have some little tails on the other end, okay? And all you really kind of need to do is just find one of your branches and just use the branch and twist it around it like that. And you can add your ribbon that way if you wanted to add additional ribbon. Twist that bottom part so you have two little tails. But I think what I'm going to do is turn it around. Hold on. I think it would look cuter the other way. So get your tails going out. And I'm just taking the very tip of the branch and just folding it around just so it grabs it. No pipe cleaners needed. And you can add some additional ribbon that way as well. And that looks kind of cute. I think I had that from my candy cane wreath as well. But again, as you're laying things on, just double check that that's really where you want it to go before you glue it. And I do like, let me see if I like that there or not. I do like those pine cones. Maybe I'll put it down here. Actually, I think I kind of like them on the bottom like that. You can see that I just kind of stuck these pine cones on the bottom. I think I like the way that looks. I didn't buy any long stems. What would look nice is if maybe you had some long stems to kind of branch out from your swag. That would look pretty too. There's another pine cone over here. I also have these kind of neat looking little things. I'm wondering if maybe I could do something with them. Oh, that looks kind of neat. I'm a really big fan of the traditional Christmas colors. That looks neat. I like that, if you can see that. I kind of like that. It's very long. That long stem on there, but I'm going to put some glue on it anyway. I think I'm going to put that right there. This thing is so big, I hope you guys can see the whole thing here. I do like the pine cone there, so I'm going to put a little glue on him. If you have some ornaments, I know I already put some of these on here, but I also have some plain red. They're not even really plain. I'm thinking these might be too big though. These are kind of big. You can get some smaller ones at the Dollar Tree. I want these designs to show. Trying to think if I like that or if I want to do something a little bit smaller. And that's got the gold on it though too, so I'm not too sure. I think I might go with some smaller ones. And I know I have a bunch. 1 second, we'll go into my stash here. I have all over my room. I'm still here, don't worry. I think I'm going to put some smaller ones on. Oh, there goes my box. My craft room needs some serious reorganization. Okay. I have these smaller ones I think I'm going to use. I'm I'm just going to start placing some of these around. I'm just putting another glue stick in here without burning myself. I think I'm going to add another one of those ribbons though, because I like the way that looks. And just pinch it in the middle. You have a bow on one end and your tails on the other. I'm just going to go right over on here on the other side. Somewhere. Let's see. There. I think I have some little candy picks too that would look really cute. So you can do anything you want. I mean, there's so many options with something when you're working with a balsam. There's so many options for things that you can do and things that you can add. The sky's the limit. Let me see what I have here. I had some little candy picks, I think so. Oh, bags of stuff everywhere. This is a little candy pick that I got from Hobby Lobby. Sort of fits with the decor of everything here. Just finding a good place to put it. These tails are so long. I really didn't know if I wanted to make my tails so long, but now that they're there, I kind of have to keep them there. Pardon me while I just hold this up because I need to see if I like that there or not. That'll work. Pick off my little tag here. Let's see what else we can add here. Doesn't take long to fill it up, and I feel like I don't want to cut this class too short, but you know, it really is a very, very simple project to do. What else can I add? This fills up very quickly. It really, really does. As you can see. Fix my camera here. It does fill up pretty quickly. And I could kind of stop here now if I wanted to. Because there really isn't that much more room on here. What do you guys think? Think I should add a little bit more? What do you think, Miss Susan?
I like it, just like it is.
Really? It doesn't need any more?
I don't think so.
What about my little bows? Do you like those?
Yeah, those are darling.
You think they look good there?
I do.
What about my tails? Are my tails too long?
No.
No? Be honest with me now.
I would always only be honest with you,
Look at
dear.
my bow.
I think that's great. Will you do a night on bows with us?
Sure, I could do that. I want to get my pro bow out. I want to use my pro bow. Don't look at my messy room, please. I know a lot of people use like their dining room and stuff for their crafts. I feel like I want to add some more stuff. Let me see what else I have. Let me see. Oh, I know what I can add. Oh, I know what would be really cute. Well, I do have some of these little tiny ornaments. Whoops. These little teeny tiny ones. But you know what I also have? That's kind of cute too. Look what I just found. I'm going to throw him on there. I have those little scatter balls in white and red. I think I'm going to put a bunch of those on. I think that would look really cute. I'm going to throw that little flower-shaped thingy on there because that's cute. Because I just found it. But hold on, because I think that this would be a good idea. Give me 1 second. Without knocking anything over. I have these that I got from Hobby Lobby for my ornament wreath. And they're just little styrofoam balls. I think I'm going to put some of these on there. Because they're all sparkly. I don't know if Hobby Lobby still has them because this was a while ago. And from what I've heard, they're selling out a lot of their Christmas stuff already. I'm just going to start adding some of these little balls, and I think that's going to give it a nice little extra something, something. Fill in some little spots. Just because I like the red and white theme that this has here, this like candy theme. And don't forget, you guys, tomorrow night I'm going to be doing the no-cut ruffle for sure now that my camera is working again. And I think you guys are going to be really excited to see that one. No cutting, no fraying. Hooray. I'm just adding a bunch of these little balls here and there. And they stick really easily because they're so light. That one's tiny. Ouch. Kids and I were playing Christmas music today and decorating the tree. I like the old-fashioned Christmas songs. I like Bing Crosby and what's the other guy's name there? I can't think of his name. He does the Christmas song. The old-fashioned songs I like. That's what my mom used to play when I was little. He does the song Happy Holidays. You know who that is, Susan? Happy Holidays. Remember that song?
Oh, yeah.
Who does that?
Oh, God. I'm old. I don't know.
All right, no, it's an old song. Hold on, I got to find out who that is.
Is that Perry Como?
I think maybe it is Perry Como. Hold on, I got to see now. It's going to drive me crazy. It's called the Christmas song, I thought. Maybe it's called Happy Holidays. And we listened to Sleigh Ride, which is probably the best Christmas song ever on the face of the earth. I think, anyway.
I think it's called Happy Holidays, the one you're looking up, Christina.
Yep. Andy Williams.
Okay.
Right?
Yes,
You
I
know who
love
that
him.
is?
Oh, I love him.
Hold on, I'll play it for you. Right? That's the best song in the world.
Yes, it is.
Here I am playing Christmas music. You guys probably think I'm crazy. That gets me into the Christmas spirit, listening to songs like that. It does. And Sleigh Ride. I love Sleigh Ride by the Boston Pops. You have to listen to the one by the Boston Pops Orchestra. That's the best one. I'm just adding a bunch of my little balls here. Let me move these out of the way. And all over my floor, just in case anybody's wondering. They're like rolled all over my floor. So cute, my little balls. See that? It filled in really nice. I like that.
I like it a lot. It's so pretty.
I hope nobody's thinking, geez, is this the whole class? Is that all she's going to do is just glue a bunch of little balls on her, her swag? Guess what? The class tomorrow night will make up for it because you're going to be blown away by this no-cut ruffle. I'm telling you right now. You're going to be blown away. Did you guys see the angel that one of my members posted in the other group? Did anybody happen to see that? We were going to make the tomato cage angel, and then somebody posted a picture of one, and she really did a nice job.
I did. I saw it. It's beautiful.
I had to turn the commenting off because this poor lady messaged me, and she said, she goes, oh my God, she goes, people are like messaging me and they're commenting and they want me to share how I made it, and I don't know if I can. Is it okay if I can? I'm like, sure you can. But I had to comment and I had to say, listen, because everybody was saying, oh, can you PM me instructions, send me instructions. This poor lady was literally overwhelmed and she wanted to help everybody. So she did end up posting the instructions, and I turned the commenting off on the original post, and I said, just search her name, you'll find the post, because she had hundreds of comments, hundreds. And I felt bad for her because she was literally overwhelmed. She couldn't keep up with all the comments and things from people. So, but it really is beautiful. And we're supposed to be making one too. I can't remember the date, but we are going to be making a tomato cage angel because I do have a tomato cage left from before, and you just need tulle. You need a tomato cage and you need some tulle. Or is it tulle or is it tulle? How do you say that? Is it tulle, Susan?
Yeah, it's tulle.
I always called it tulle. I don't know why. But you need tulle. I'm all discombobulated. I love it.
You are discombobulated.
I always say that. You need some tulle. And she actually bought some feathered angel wings. I think she got them on clearance at Halloween, but you can get them online. Because I was going to make my own wings, but she bought the feathered ones, and they were really, really pretty.
They were gorgeous, and
Yeah.
I've seen those at Hobby Lobby.
So I think it will be a lot easier just to buy the wings already made.
Yeah.
And what do you think about these silver balls? Do you think I should add some of the silver balls too, or is that too much with my white and my red? I think I have enough. I like simple, I like simple traditional things sometimes as far as a Christmas decoration, especially when you're talking about balsam. But what I was going to tell you guys too, and I'm picking up my little balls here on the floor. What I was going to tell you too, and I did this with my other balsam wreath that I made. If any of you were in that class, you can actually get pieces of mesh and roll them, and I'll show you. And this would look pretty too. I think I have some extra pieces here. I don't really have any room left on here, but you can actually make your tails longer too, and you can go all the way down your swag. So like feed it around your balsam branches. I was actually going to do that, and then I ended up making my tails a little bit longer. So, or what you can do is I had a lot of this red mesh left from the 4th of July. You can cut little spirals. I think these are 9 inches, and you can just roll them. I don't really think I have any room. But you can actually add some little mesh spirals too, to sort of pinch it in the middle and find a spot. I don't really have any spots left right now, but this is just an idea for you guys to do if you want to do it. Find a spot and just sort of twist your branch around your spiral. And you can add little mesh spirals if you want. That doesn't really look like it fits there, but I did that with the balsam wreath that I had. So if you have any leftover mesh, you can cut it into small pieces, and you can certainly, make little spirals, or you can make little ruffles and add those as well, just to add some color. So that's another idea that you can do. So but I think I pretty much added all that I can add. There's really no more room to add anything here. I think I'm going to add one more little white ball. If you wanted to add lights, you could add lights, but I would just recommend that you string them on before you obviously put your decorations on. But I don't know, guys. What time do we have here? Let's just play some Christmas music. Do you want to play some Christmas music until 10 o'clock? This is the last, what was I going to say? I think this is pretty much done, though. I don't think I really have any more room to add anything. Whoops. My blurry, hold on a second here. I really want to do a class of just bows. I think that would be fun. Trying to get the whole thing in the picture here. What do you guys think? You think it's done? Anybody home? Anybody? Did everybody go?
I know I'm not the only one,
Nobody wants to talk.
but I think it's gorgeous.
Joyce, are you still with us? Oh, I think Sherry's my little sweetheart. She loves it. She doesn't have a microphone though. Deborah didn't raise her hand, but Deborah, if you have a question and your microphone doesn't work, you can type it in. You can type it in the chat like Sherry does. Oh, thanks, Beverly. Thanks, sweetie.
Very pretty.
Who's that, Ronnie?
Yes.
I know your voice now, Ronnie. But this, this is a quick project. It's something that really doesn't take a lot of time. It's not like you have to, cut the balsam bells yourself and put them on. You just sort of have your form, and then you just add to it. So I guess, we can all get to bed early tonight because I'm pretty much done unless anybody has any questions. Really, it's very simple. This is a simple project. And I wanted to be able to show you the bow. Thanks, Deborah. Good. Well, that looks like a bow that you could make on the Pro Bow. Honestly. And all it was a series of loops. That's really all it was. And again, initially, what I wanted to do was I wanted to get my ribbon and feed it all the way down. I like the way this came out. I'm happy with it. The first thing I usually do when I'm done with classes, I go and I show my kids. So they're going to be the real judge. Deborah says, I love the tip about the zip tie. I love my Pro Bow. The bows come out awesome. Yeah, but let me get the rest of the chat up here so I can read my message. Yeah, they do come apart. Right. Oh, it's Siri. She's doing talk to text. That's why. Okay. Yeah, I actually just saw that tip the other day. Someone had mentioned that she does the zip tie after she's done with she pulls it off. She just zip ties it to make sure that it stays, because you really kind of have to tug on it when you're fluffing your bows. So, all right, guys. Susan, I'm going to go finish decorating my tree and listen to Christmas music. Now I'm like,
Okay.
I'm wide awake now for some reason, too.
All righty. Good night.
All right, guys. I'm sorry for the
Good
short
night.
class. Tomorrow will be great. I hope to see everybody there. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Thank you.